Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to run over some basics navigating rocky areas like you see this area that we are now. Just going to go through some of the basics that might, for you guys that are exploring light enduro and you find yourself upon one of these rocky mountains or rocky hillsides, whatever, just to help you guys just get a little bit comfortable into body postures, what to do, what not to do. If we like have a small boulder here, how we're going to approach riding over it, and just take you through the whole thought process. Okay guys, so let's start off with the basics. The number one thing you need to know, as soon as you start navigating these rocky areas, if you feel comfortable with it, you can do it seated, but the preference method to do this is by standing. I'm going to give you guys a quick illustration of what we're going to do while we are standing, just a quick talk through it, and then I'm going to do some few rides here so you can see what I'm talking about, how the body motions are, and we're going to take it from there. So let me just get on my bike here quickly. There we go. Right, so the first thing we want to take note is, because we don't want to be seated. It takes all fun out of everything. So if you're seated, go slow. It's going to be bumpy. It's not going to be a nice ride. There's not much I can say about. You must just check your area. If there's not many rocks, not many technical areas, you're more than welcome to go through it seated. It's at your own comfort. There's nothing more we can say about that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a basic setup for me that's going to drive around in this rocky area. So first of all, that I'm going to do is I'm going to lower my windshield, because I want to see as far as I can down here. That's for quick reference, but preferably we want to just basically look about 5 meters in front of you at all times, just to check, to scan that continuous area all the time. As soon as there's a small rock, your mind knows there's a small rock, you can already carry on looking in front of you, scoping the direction where you want to go. As we know, these rocky areas, they may change at any scene. So behind that bush I can see clearly there, but when I'm actually there I see a lot more rocks. So the first thing I did now is I lowered my windshield for maximum visibility. Let me just relocate this helmet of mine here. Alright, so second thing, I'm going to be doing this course mostly stand up. What I want you guys to focus on is we're going to do a lot of front brake and clutch control, just for in case and whatever, but mostly on the clutch area, just to keep the power on the wheel. We don't want to have it fully engaged all the way, because if you have it fully engaged, the bike might stall and you might end up falling over, which you want to try avoid. The second thing I'm going to be doing a lot in this video is I'm going to be suspending my legs a lot. I'm not going to lock my legs in place, and I'm not going to hug that tank like they normally do. So first of all, you want to become, it's a famous topic, you want to become like a weightless rider. You don't want to be a burden for your motorbike suspension. I'll explain to you guys as we go along. Maybe in future videos as well, we'll cover the weightless rider topic a lot more. You're also more than welcome to go read up on the topic, but it comes down to, don't lock your knees, don't be stiff leg Joe. It's not going to help. So you have to be able to let your bike move underneath you to get over the obstacles, because as soon as you are stiff leg Joe, you're going to hit a rock, that suspension is going to jump into you and you're going to end up flying, so which we don't want. We want to be one with the motorcycle. Next thing that I'm going to do a lot is I'm going to use a lot of my hips for balancing. So there's a lot of times that the bike's going to do this. I'm always going to be on top of my motorcycle just to prevent any unnecessary leaning angles so we don't fall over. So I'm going to just drive around a little bit so you guys can see what am I doing, what is my body postures, and then hopefully, well, while I'm driving, I'm going to think of some stuff. Okay, I did this and I did that. Okay, let me tell you guys what I experienced, and then we'll take it from there. So just stay tuned. All right, so yeah, it's a beautiful day here. It's a beautiful storm, beautiful storm coming. So yeah, let's make the best of this. All right, so first things that I'm going to do is I'm just going to scan. There's nothing in front of the front wheel, no immediate rocks to take note of. So I set my motorcycle to Enduro Pro, and I put off my traction control as it may intervene with these rocky surfaces. So yeah, let's take it from here. As you can see immediately from pull away that I've stood up, and now I'm just starting to navigate through these rocky areas. See, I'm leaning towards the right here with the motorcycle, and I'm keeping my weight off center to the left just to counterbalance. Now I'm just spotting to getting a nice feel for it, just navigating through these rocks here. So every now and then you're going to get some small rocks that's going to displace your front wheel, and then it's most important, don't yank the brakes or yank the throttle or anything like that. Just let it be. That's why we are doing the weightless rider thingy. That's why then you can have a lot more balance and quicker reaction time, so the bike can have time to do its thing. You have time to do your thing as well. So in this particular areas, I'm not focusing too much in front at the moment, as I don't have much speed, so I have a lot more time to react on the stuff that are nearer and closer by. So yeah, I have a lot more time to get that done. And then just going to go through these nice rocky areas here. As you can see, I'm playing a lot around with the central gravity on the motorcycle itself. So as you do these routes a lot more, you're going to experience a lot more ways to do things differently. So yeah, there's definitely a lot that you can do with some decent training. So yeah, I'm getting a nice feel for this now. I can feel my natural self being more comfortable at this stage. So you can attempt just to go a little bit faster so you can experience a bit more rockiness. And as you go, you explore new areas that you can explore. You feel more comfortable. You say, all right, I haven't tried this rock yet, so you can try to go over that rock. But normally you don't want to make too much work for yourself at the end of the day. So every now and then, just remember where your body is, your posture is at. Look a bit in front where you want to go. Check while you're turning. So yeah, eventually with enough training, this will become like a natural thing for yourself. So once again, yeah, I'm turning towards the left. So I'm leaning off center, slightly towards the right, just to keep the balance upright of the motorcycle. That keeps your weight distribution fairly and accurate. And it also helps a lot with the balancing and such. So yeah, and I'm doing a lot of clutch control here, so I can already feel my left hand pumping. There we go. Now let's go a bit here. This turns out to be a very rocky area indeed, for sure. Okay. Don't be afraid to use a little bit of throttle every now and then, but always have your hands ready on the clutch. Should you need to take power off the wheel, that is the quickest way to do it. Don't yank the front brake. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the stuff now that I encountered while doing these couple of maneuvers. So yeah, stay tuned, then we'll talk about them now. Alright guys, so just gonna cover some stuff that went through my mind while driving these rocky areas. As you can see, maybe possibly in this video, that you can you see these medium-sized boulders to these small sorry, not boulders, rocks. So you can look at the medium ones, the small ones. So you always try to, naturally, you as a person, you want to avoid those obstacles. So by default, your mind already steers your body to maneuver the bike around these rocks. So that's the thing that I found. Even though intentionally I wanted to go through them, I felt myself passing them anyway. So yeah, there is good practice in doing that. Obviously, you don't want to hit a rock intentionally, displace your front wheel, you want to fall over. So yeah, so for now, the thoughts that ran through my mind was just like, okay, this is a rock I haven't seen before. What is the shape? Okay, and it's not always about the entry phase of going over an obstacle. It is mostly important as well is what is behind the rock itself. Is there a smooth surface for me, at least 2 to 3 meters to basically roll and then react which way I want to go to, or is there immediate, as soon as the wheel is over, I must start to react to counter the next one. As you grow in your experience in doing rocky areas as well, you will naturally, your mind will start doing that routes for you. You will start to anticipate, okay, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and that is the bond that you need to create with your motorcycle, especially doing rocky areas, that you say, okay, I trust you, you know we can go there, I'm going to navigate you through it. So your bike is more than capable to go through it. It's yourself, it's your mind. You need to train, you need to create a bond with your motorcycle. So for me, this the aim of this video as well is to encourage the person who's thought about it, but not, I'm too afraid to try it on my own, you know. It's just to explain to you guys what's going on in my mind, so that you guys can possibly relate to that, which it can be really fun, and it can be a challenging thing. The biggest benefit of having an adventure bike and going on these small adventure trips, especially in these rocky areas and off-roads, like your thick sand, river crossings, it is to experience the unknown. We are so rushed every day, we don't know. When I say we don't know, we don't know what's out there, and the only way to experience it is by doing, well, this motorcycle, this adventure. So rocky areas is definitely a must. There's always going to be rocks somewhere, even if you're going on a normal plain innocent little dirt road somewhere along the countryside, and you encounter some area where the local farmers has how can I say, has improved the road there by putting rocks to prevent the floods and erosion in the ground and such, then you can successfully navigate it, because you already have experience in doing slight rocky surfaces. And if you guys have a hill close by that has some kind of a layout like this, it's not too much, you can easily navigate through it. There's going to be a few surprises, bumps every now and then. Do figure eights. Check, if you go to the left, what do I feel? If you go to the right, what do I feel? Speaking of left and right, whenever I am turning and the motorcycle is going towards my left, I'm always going to try to keep myself off center to the right, so I can have a central gravity to the ground and to the contact zone where the tires and the ground where they contact. So, and obviously naturally the same is for the right. Whenever the bike is leaning towards the right, I'm also going to the left, just to counter lever that actions there. And so you may have seen in the video at certain spaces that I have completely went back on the seat. That is when I wanted to go over a slightly larger rock, and that is to get extra weight off the front wheel. So as soon as I accelerate, the motorcycle can grip, and it can just pick up the front end just enough for it to go over. My intention is not to wheelie or to jump over it. It's just, if you are standing here and you're hitting that rock, it's going to hit you back. Once again, weightless rider. Your motorcycle mustn't feel you on it, but it must respect you for being on it. So yeah, that's the basics of doing rocky surfaces. And yeah, I hope that you can, while we're progressing in these videos, I hope you guys can really relate to, and myself as well, I can improve on communicating what's going through my mind effectively. So yeah, but thank you guys once again, thank you so much. And I'll just go do another test drive just to get the feel of things, and we'll take it from there. Thank you. So I'm just putting away my recording here. Forgive me. It's just to get a lot more personal on the body experience for my awesome viewers. Alright, so I'm going to be doing, if you can have a look slightly to the left of myself, you'll see here that there are these 3 rocks. Fourth one, I'm not there yet, so I'm not even going to attempt it now. I don't have the right gear on. So these 2 rocks here, they're going to be a slight passover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first cross, well, right through them now, because I'm not actually running at the moment. So I'm going to pass through them, do a figure 8, go over them, do a figure 8 and go back again. So it's just to get a slight feel of how it is to go over larger rocks, and then let's see what happens. Firstly, inspect again. No rocks in the front wheel. Okay, my launch, there's a slight rock there, so I'm going to bank slightly to the right to miss that one on startup. And as soon as I'm off, I'm standing to get my balance up. As soon as you get your balance up, you can reduce your speed as well. So I'm just going to get some nice turning around angle here. These are definitely rocky areas, so you don't have such a sharp turnaround angle. So I get where I want to go with these rocks. So there we go. As you can see, knees are bent. I move with the bike, I don't move against the bike. I don't want to become a more bigger rock. I don't want to become a burden for my motorcycle. Some smaller rocks here, just throwing the front wheel off. So now we're going to cross over this one again. There we go. Another rock on the exit there. As I said, check for your exit point if your front wheel is safe. Just going to do a repeat from this angle here. Okay, so there we go. Just avoiding these smaller rocks. There we go. That's also a nice one. Another one here. Now I feel comfortable to try on some other ones that we can also do it at the figure 8 process. Slightly bigger one, there we go. Over that one. See, that was a lot more easier because I'm trained, well, I feel a lot more comfortable now because I was crossing over the other ones. So this is a bumpy. There we go again. Right, get some slight bash plate hitting over there. Now we can explore other areas. Alright, feel comfortable doing this one. So let's go over this one. So we haven't included this because we didn't see them yet, because our eyes wasn't experienced enough to see them as possible terrain. So now I've lined up my front wheel. Now where I'm going, I'm scouting ahead for these front wheel displays of rocks. And we are going over. There we go, nicely done. The bigger one. Okay, that one is a bit too high. Bike's alright though. That's why it is essential for you to have a bash plate. That would have been catastrophic. So you must also know the height of your motorcycle. It's okay to do that one seated. So yeah, those are the slightly do's and don'ts of doing larger rocks. Quite exciting. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this video. Thank you for taking the time once again to experience the adventure life with us, to do the training, well, I like this raw editing, this raw videos. It's really nice. You really get the actual feel of what it is all about. Most of the aim of this videos is I'm not going to do polished stuff. I like the raw content. Like, you want to know what the experience is, so you can be encouraged to experience it yourself. So from my side, from Ruan, thank you so much for tuning into the show. Please don't forget to like and subscribe my videos. There is a lot more content coming your way. We're aiming and doing an upload every week. Lots of how-to videos. I'm going to cover all the areas that I can, even the ones that I don't. That's going to be exciting. So then if it's something that I haven't done before, it's going to be definitely an interesting video, because I'm going to run through, okay, I've never done this before, what's running through my mind, you know, when your mind's creating mountains and monsters for you not to overcome, it's actually a lot more simple. Just realize that the motorcycle is capable. If you've seen it on another YouTube video, it's definitely doable. And why not make yourself experienced enough to get that done as well? So, but anyway, I gotta bounce. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you once again. I'm gonna thank you guys a lot. So stay tuned for the next videos that's coming up during this week coming. And yeah, let's hope for the best.